What's up, Bieber Nation, and welcome back to the Bieber Beat. We're kicking things off with a massive legal development. Umar Khalid has just filed a significant plea in the Supreme Court, seeking bail in the incredibly complex Delhi riots conspiracy case. This is a huge step, and we're breaking down exactly what it means. And speaking of major updates, we're turning our attention to the skies above Delhi. The India Meteorological Department has just released its latest forecast, and it's predicting some serious wind action over the next few days. We'll tell you what to expect and how it might affect your plans. We're digging into the details behind Umar Khalid's Supreme Court bail plea, exploring the arguments and the High Court's previous decisions that led him to this point. Get ready for a deep dive into the legal proceedings that have kept him in custody for years. Finally, we'll wrap up with the latest from the India Meteorological Department and what it means for Delhi's weather. Stay locked on the Bieber Beat for all the updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Delhi riots case, Umar Khalid appeals to Supreme Court for bail. This is a pivotal moment in the ongoing legal battle surrounding the 2020 Northeast Delhi riots. Former Jawaharlal Nehru University student Umar Khalid has now escalated his fight for freedom by approaching the Supreme Court, seeking bail in the extensive conspiracy case filed under the stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA. Khalid's appeal directly challenges the Delhi High Court's September 2 order, which saw him and 8 other individuals denied bail. The riots, which tragically erupted in February 2020 following clashes over the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, resulted in the deaths of 53 people and left hundreds injured, according to Delhi police. The core of the current legal proceedings revolves around allegations of a larger, orchestrated conspiracy to incite widespread violence. Khalid, who has been in custody since his September 2020 arrest and faces charges including criminal conspiracy and offenses under UAPA, is making his second attempt at bail via the High Court route. His previous bail plea was denied by the trial court in March 2022, and subsequently by the High Court in October 2022. While he briefly withdrew a plea from the Supreme Court in February 2024 due to changed circumstances, the trial court rejected his second bail petition on May 28, a decision upheld by the Delhi High Court on September 2. The High Court noted that Khalid's speeches, particularly one in Amravati coinciding with a U.S. president's visit, and the alleged role of other co-accused like Sharjil Imam in delivering inflammatory speeches, could not be disregarded. The court also acknowledged the extensive nature of the investigation, with a 3,000-page charge sheet and 30,000 pages of electronic evidence, suggesting that the trial would naturally progress at its own pace. This latest appeal to the Supreme Court comes after the High Court's observation that a hurried trial could be detrimental to both the accused and the state, and that the roles of individuals like Khalid and Imam were prima facie grave. The public and legal analysts are keenly watching how the Supreme Court will weigh the arguments concerning prolonged incarceration against the gravity of the alleged conspiracy. Will the Supreme Court grant Umar Khalid the relief he seeks after years in custody? Next, we're looking at a completely different kind of forecast that could impact your daily life. Delhi braces for strong winds, IMD issues forecast. Get ready for a blustery few days in the capital. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, has issued a clear forecast for Delhi, predicting a partly cloudy sky accompanied by sustained surface winds of 15 to 25 kilometers per hour, with gusts that could reach up to 40 kilometers per hour over the next 3 days. This isn't just a minor breeze. These are significant wind speeds that could affect daily life and outdoor activities across the city. Residents are advised to stay informed about weather updates as these conditions persist. The IMD's forecast is crucial for planning any outdoor events or travel, ensuring everyone can prepare for the changing atmospheric conditions. Public reaction on social media has already begun, with many Delhiites sharing their thoughts on the upcoming windy spell. Some are excited about the cooler air, while others are concerned about potential disruptions. Authorities are monitoring the situation closely to ensure public safety and manage any potential impacts from the strong winds. But will these winds bring any relief from the heat, or just more dust? Stay tuned as we analyze the implications of this forecast, and then we're heading back to the courtroom for another major legal update. Umar Khalid's Supreme Court bail plea, a deep dive into the legal battle. Umar Khalid, the former JNU scholar and activist, has once again turned to the highest court in the land, filing an appeal in the Supreme Court against the Delhi High Court's decision to deny him bail in the Delhi riots' larger conspiracy case. This marks a significant moment, as Khalid has been in custody for 5 years, awaiting resolution in this high-profile case. The Delhi High Court's September 2nd ruling, delivered by a division bench, not only rejected Khalid's bail, but also that of several co-accused, including Sharjil Imam, Athar Khan, and Gulfisha Fatima. This verdict has prompted Sharjil Imam and Gulfisha Fatima to also file petitions in the Supreme Court, highlighting the widespread legal challenges arising from this case. The High Court's observations were particularly pointed, stating that the roles of both Sharjil Imam and Umar Khalid in the conspiracy were grave. The court cited their delivery of inflammatory speeches on communal lines intended to instigate mass mobilization of members of the Muslim community. Furthermore, the High Court emphasized that the trial should proceed naturally, cautioning that a hurried trial could be detrimental to all parties involved. The FIR, registered by Delhi Police's special cell, includes charges under both the Indian Penal Code and the Stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. While some accused, like Safra Zargar and others including Asif Iqbal Tanha, Divangana Khalida and Natasha Narwal, have been granted bail previously on various grounds, the court's stance on Khalid and Imam suggests a higher threshold for relief in their cases. The prosecution, represented by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, has argued vehemently against bail, portraying the riots as a well-organized and orchestrated event aimed at bleeding the nation. Mehta presented evidence, including witness statements and chat logs, to underscore the alleged intention to defame India globally during the U.S. president's visit. The legal community and the public are closely observing the Supreme Court's deliberation, as it weighs the constitutional rights of the accused against the state's security concerns and the pursuit of justice for the victims of the 2020 riots. Will this appeal finally lead to bail for Umar Khalid, or will the legal battle continue to drag on? We'll keep you updated, but first, let's check on the weather forecast that could be impacting your week. Delhi weather update: winds to gust up to 40 km/h. Delhi residents, brace yourselves for a breezy few days ahead. The India Meteorological Department, IMD, has predicted a partly cloudy sky for the city over the next 3 days, accompanied by sustained surface winds blowing at a speed of 15 to 25 kilometers per hour. What's more, these winds are expected to gust up to a significant 40 kilometers per hour. This forecast is particularly relevant for those planning outdoor activities or concerned about air quality. The increased wind speeds could potentially stir up dust and affect visibility, making it essential for commuters and residents to stay alert. The IMD's detailed forecast aims to provide timely information for the public to make necessary arrangements. Social media is abuzz with discussions about the impending winds, with many sharing their experiences of similar weather patterns in the past. Concerns about potential disruptions to daily routines and travel plans are also being voiced, prompting a need for preparedness across the city. Will these strong winds bring any relief or just more disruption? We've covered the legal drama and the weather report. Now stick around for a full recap of today's top stories. And that's a wrap on today's news. We saw Umar Khalid making a significant legal move to the Supreme Court for bail in the Delhi riots case. The India Meteorological Department has forecast strong winds for Delhi, with gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour. It's been a packed show here on the Bieber Beat. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a video, leave a comment below telling us what you think, and give us a follow on all our social media platforms. We'll see you next time.